I'll start it over and then roll it?
I think. I'm really not sure. Just want to figure it out as you go and bring the axle up to it.
Gotcha.
That's just that's the way it works for me.
What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. I normally don't start videos off this way. I filmed yesterday or day before. Yeah, it was yesterday. Today's Friday. It's quiet in the shop. You hear the heater just turned on. It's cold outside. It snowed the other day. Winter's here. And Orwell isn't looking so good. Well, what happened with Orwell? Well, this video will discuss that. In a past video, we talked about the front end having issues. Brought it in, found damage on it. U-bolts broke on the front leaf spring. The axle sliding around on the spring. Hit a pretty catastrophic hole on this side. Busted 2 studs. And if they were already loose, they were done in. The U-bolts, I mean, on the driver's side. So, ordered all new everything. Springs, shocks, everything. Brakes. Then we had problems getting it all installed, and that's what the crux of today's video is going to be. So before we get started in the video, I want to talk about a handful of things that come up on the channel that, to be honest, I get it from the consumer standpoint, from the YouTube side, but you got to bear in mind, the truck is its separate business. The YouTube channel is its separate business. And yes, it is a business. I get it, it's social media, but you know, it is a business and how we work this. So Orwell runs into troubles from time to time. It's a truck, it breaks down, things happen. All trucks break down. Orwell's big problem is parts availability. Sometimes it's a little hard to get parts. And that's a large part of, again, that's a large part of what today's video is about. But I also want to touch base on a few other things and, to be honest, some mistakes I've made. And we're getting ready to remedy that here real fast. So a while back, we started messing around with merch. This goes way back before Orwell, actually, with the OG shop shirts that we did based on the car shop, the idea we were doing there. And that worked out pretty okay originally. And then I started selling them off on the channel, and then we started getting the Orwell shirts, and that's where I started running into trouble because I never anticipated the market on that one right. So we had them shirts, we have the industrial work shirts, and I just picked up the Seymour shirts. So I don't really know how to explain it easy, but when it came to the merch, I messed up. I messed up pretty bad, actually. What happened was I started being able to sell them before I had them, and then I screwed up and didn't uncheck that box, and that was an issue. I'm not gonna get into the big whole thing because then it sounds like I'm just simply making excuses. But long story short, there were a handful of people, I think 10, 11 people in total, ordered Orwell shirts that I was not able to fulfill. And I emailed them all sometime a while back saying we're gonna get this right here in the upcoming future. And when I do, basically I'm gonna add a shirt to it. So that's what we're gonna do. I just picked up some shirts today. Those are the Seymour shirts. We're gonna put them up for sale now too. So what's gonna be up for sale is what we actually have in stock, with the exception, again, of the Orwell shirts. Now, by the time you're seeing this, this is Sunday. What's Sunday's date? Should be the 24th, I think. By the time you're seeing it, it's Sunday the 24th. I had to check the calendar. Come around Thanksgiving, either the Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving or probably not Black Friday, but the Monday following is when the shirts will be done and ready for pickup. We'll still be here because this is still going to be here, because we haven't gotten into this one yet. Once them shirts are done, we're picking them up. That's what we're doing. So in the meantime, Orwell shirts, we're going to sell everything. We've got the industrial work shirts, as you see. This is what me and Chris wear all the time here at the shop. Shop logo, channel name on the front, logo on the back. And as you can see in the shop videos, we use these all the time. Brand new Seymour shirts. It's the same as the OG shop shirt. In fact, it is the OG shop shirt. It's just, these say Seymour, Wisconsin. That's where we're standing, in Seymour, Wisconsin, here at the shop. The old one said Freedom because that's where the old shop was. Maybe I might keep the Freedom shirts, bring them back as like a thing. I don't know, but right now it's what we have is the Seymour shirts. We may still have oddball sizes of the athletic gray shirts. I might still have a couple other, I think Pinup Girl shirts are still around, some oddball sizes. Still got them. Either way, Seymour shirts, they're in right now. They're actually sitting in the pickup right now, getting ready to go home. Today is Friday, the 22nd, November. So we're getting ready to do that. Go home and start getting that done. If you buy an Orwell shirt before I have them, so let's say, let me look at the calendar so I get it right. Thanksgiving is 28th, 29th, 30th is Saturday, Sunday's the 1st, Monday's the 2nd. If you order Orwell shirts between now, including December 1, ending midnight, December 1 into December 2, we're going to let Orwell shirts go $5 off if you pre-order based on the order that we're dropping. Well, we just put the order in. So the order is going to be matched to what we have. So if you order it, you will get your shirt. I'm not making that mistake twice. That was my fault. My bad. I'll owe that. If you buy an Orwell shirt between now and December 1, Sunday midnight, I will give you $5 off on that shirt. So instead of the normal price, it'll be dropped $5. And the orders come in Monday and beyond. Once I actually have them, they're normal price. So obviously we're trying to push the pre-order. It helps. You got the Thanksgiving. Listen, I don't do that. Cyber Monday, Black Friday, whatever the F Tuesday. I don't get into that. But that's what we're doing. So I want to be able to push that a little bit. So there we go. I know I have to get the merch figured out right and do better with it. To be honest, once this is all handled, I'm probably just going to put Jen in charge of it because there's a lot to do around here. So be that as it may, that's what's going on with the merch. Hope you understand it. Any mistakes, listen, that was mine. I'm making good on it. It's really all I could do about that. So hopefully I didn't make too many enemies with that, but I think most people are understanding, and hey, I'm kind of new to this, believe it or not. So, all right, let's talk about what's going on with Orwell and how we're solving this problem. All righty, well, you guys seen me talk about this old antique before. So we're pushing all new wheel studs in. These are fresh right out the freezer. That way you constrict them, make them a little smaller. Line them up under there. 50 tons of 1947 force. Make sure we're lined up. Good. Send them home. Gauge up here, you'll know when they seat, taking about 600-700 psi to shove them, and when they bottom, just goes to this guy. Leave the pressure. Get ready for the next one. That's the bushing for the passenger side. Chris is putting the other side in now. It's already done. He's putting that bracket on the frame now. See, that's kind of the theme of the shop in reality. Just because something old doesn't mean it's obsolete. There might be a newer, better way to do it, but is the new way really better? Some will debate that. This thing was built literally in 1947. It still works. I had to take the bottom out of it, run a cylinder hose in it to clean it, get the junk out, so the relief valve in here will stay closed and build pressure. That's why this here is there. That's it. Other than that, it works perfectly. I think it's beautiful the way it is. I don't know if it would look good if I had refinished it and painted it and all of that. Kind of looks good with the, what do they call it now, patina? I guess is the term they like to use today. But they're definitely simpler machines. Is there a better way to do it? Maybe. That's debatable. But a press that's 1 year younger than my dad still gets the job done. You know, look at Orwell. Orwell's a simpler truck. It's a lot less technology, a lot less wiring, a lot less computerization, and you actually have to know what you're doing to operate it. But like any old equipment, it does break down. As if brand new trucks don't break down. I'm getting tired of arguing that point with people forever. Last one. So I set the selector to 3 ton. That way it only works one of these. Sorry. I set the selector to 3 ton. That way it works both cylinders in the drive portion of this. It goes faster, but you can only go so hard. Now, it used to be a handle to push on it. I never had it. That got lost. There's actually 2 other bars here. Them got lost too. And that, when I got the press, as you see, is how it was. Gets in there, it gets tight. Throw the selector to 50. Each stroke goes a lot less fluid, but more pressure. There you go. 2,000 PSI pushing on that. You see it flex up once you take it off. Here we go. So old trucks, yeah. They're maintenance heavy. New trucks, they're maintenance heavy. They sit in the dealers. But as long as they still make studs, we'll keep pressing them in. Brand new studs, boys and girls. All 10. Is that all it is in there? Diesel?
Well, it works.
Parts cleaner?
No, it's actual solvent.
Oh.
The diesel fuel works.
When I was a kid, my dad always used to use gasoline with that old that drain pan. It looks like a drawer from an old 40s refrigerator.
Yeah.
That was parts washing. We used gasoline. It's in the shop somewhere. Uh-oh. I got it.
Forgot to turn that off.
Oh, crap. Not again. Oh, air. Sorry, Sean, forgot. Yeah, Dad's old parts washing bin. Ceramic coated steel.
We
from like an old refrigerator.
We use the same whatever would hold liquid.
Yup.
And we use kerosene mostly. But you never have too many. I think they were kind of expensive, so he only did like 5 at a time. And he passed away, so they never got them all done.
Well, he got enough lights in the old paint booth. Just gotta put them somewhere and wire them. I'd just be happy if I ever put a reel on that post back there. Hose reel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, compressor first. You ever sit one in and forget the bearing?
Oh, God, yeah. Every mistake you can make, I've done.
You got the socket for both. Oh, the nut's the same size, ain't it? Yeah. I just learned by reading the book, so reading the internet book. What was it, TMC guidelines? I think basically.
The maintenance council.
Yeah, there you go. I gotta check the back. Wrong gasket.
Yep.
Let me see if how the hell did I do that?
It's the right size.
Wrong bolt pattern.
Does Peterbilt have something special?
Let me see about the other one.
I never knew about it.
Well, gotta go to truck equipment tomorrow anyway. Ah! There's one's got 5 holes, one's got 6 holes.
Makes sense.
That's the right one.
That makes sense.
Not just the size, it's the bolt pattern too. Interesting. And that's the crap that would have burned my ass having to go all the way back to the store for the one little piece. Like this big operation goes downhill over that. Well, it happens. Just got done unloading the new springs out of the Hemi dually, and we're getting ready to go inside and check out what we got going on here. So of course Orwell had our trouble with the front end Previous video we discussed where the front end on this side, one U-bolt broke, one was loose. This shear pin, or not shear pin, but the alignment pin in the spring stack had broke. A couple pieces fell off the stack. It's a total mess. Plus on the other side we had busted 2 wheel studs, which when I hit that colossal pothole on that side, that probably is what done them studs in and also finished off any potential looseness that was on this side. So now it's total rebuild time. Last video you saw when we were working on this, you saw us take this all apart and so on, greasy, ugly mess that it was. So now we got all the parts finally. It took a little longer than anticipated, so we were quite busy. Yesterday we were doing some straightening, try to straighten up the storeroom especially, getting the rest of the shop a little cleaner. The caddy, well, it's stuck inside until we get this big monster out the door, and then the caddy's gonna be going somewhere eventually. And yes, I know a lot of people have been complaining, why am I skipping around with the content? Well, some of the bigger stuff happens and I drop it immediately because, well, it's content that people want more of, which is now the shop, stuff with Elaine, the Freightliner, and other things going on. So the normal driving videos, when I don't have anything that's going on in the shop, we put the normal driving videos that we built this channel on. That's why we do it. If you can't figure that out, I get not a lot, but I get some complaints. So figure if a video is 115,000 subscribers, and if a video gets 30, 40,000 views and 4 people complain, you do the math. Yeah, that's the complaint department attached to a hand grenade. Oh well, I mean, it's not that hard to figure out if the truck's running or not. Content is content regardless of when it was filmed. So with that being said, let's get the camera on a tripod, because let me tell you, that spring, we got 2 of them. They're heavy. Alrighty, so as you can see from the last video, everything was removed. Chris took this bracket off, and thanks to a subscriber, I forget your name, I find it in my, I'll post it here, but thanks to a subscriber, he got me the part number from Automan for the left and right versions of this right here, this bracket right here. But we didn't need it. We were able to push the bushing out of this bracket once Chris took it off, and it put the new bushing in. And then with all new frame bolts, Chris went and bolted it back down. Of course, that was off camera. The other thing we did, yeah, that meaning we is in Chris and the mouse that he keeps in his pocket. That's the we. I wasn't here for it. He put the bolts in the other way because most people don't realize there is wires and components and cables on the inside of that frame. So this way the bolt studs stick out beyond the nuts out here where it's harmless. Inside it could actually do damage. When they build the truck, they put the bolt on the outside, shoved in, and nut on the inside. Chris reversed this, that way it doesn't have any confliction issues with especially the clutch cable in there. So that's why that was done. Also, the front brakes were replaced. We're gonna run the same drums because these were just barely, they're still in spec, but just by the hair of their chinny chin chin, especially the bottom shoe. So we're gonna run the same old drum. There's not really hardly any lip at all, so you can get another set through there easy. New shoes. These studs are fine. About a year ago, like 5 of these studs were replaced. I probably should have replaced all of them, but I only had 5 in stock. It was over a weekend. That was before Chris was here. The other side, if you watch this piece of video, you'll see that we replaced all 10 studs on the other side. That was a few days ago while we were waiting on parts. So that's where we're at now. At this point, it's just a matter of putting it all together with all brand new components, and this baby is gonna ride like a Cadillac. I'm a monkey!
Figure it out as you go.
Which way you going? That way?
Yeah. All right, come up. Yeah. Gotta lift it up over the center pin. All right. Hold up. Okay.
It's sitting on the dowel and the axle.
Yeah. I'll get the front pin in.
All right. You got the pin handy?
Yeah.
All right, so there, I'll get it. Where is it?
Right behind me.
Oh, I see it. Convenient place, right where you could never reach it in 100 years.
Well, I used to be more flexible. Can you select the creep over there? Behind you. They did say these are all the same, right?
That's what I was told. There it is. Must have been one little burr from the
Well, I drove it out
punt.
that way.
Yeah. So it might have burred the edge.
Or a dirt line or anything.
Yep, who knows. You want to pin through the axle before we, or not? You want to pin through the spring first?
Through
Well, yeah, because you
this
don't.
end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause you don't, if that falls in, then it won't move easy for you.
Yeah. No, I put this in, then I'll hang the shackles,
Then hang the axle.
and then stuff, you know,
Okay.
then bring the axle up to it.
Gotcha.
That's just the way it works for me.
I would have probably put the spring in the axle because it just looks better that way, and then be like, oh crap, now I can't move the spring to get the pin in it.
Yeah, it's easier to manipulate this way. For me, I'm sure there's other opinions.
Yeah.
Just works for me.
Well, I'm sure the comment section will tell us. You want a pry bar?
No, I think it's close.
Yeah, once it hit the other side, I saw the spring start to move to try to change angle.
It feels solid.
There you go.
There should be another bolt like that.
On the floor here?
In that yeah. Whatever that 10-inch.
Big-ish. Well, that's pretty big, but you got bigger. Want a punch?
Yeah.
Two different sizes.
Yeah, come in more. It's close.
What he's doing, he don't want to just hammer that bolt home because it'll ruin the threads and it'll be hard to get the nut on there. So they're trying to use the punch to be like a funnel to twist the pin in the hole to line it up right. In out matters as well as the twist and direction.
There's a notch in the pin that the bolt goes in to lock it in place. That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, just not using the bolt with the threads to do it. So close. Could put the old wore out one in and find it easy.
Yeah. That's good thinking.
It's probably getting stuck in the hole before it actually starts shoving that pin though. Once the thread's cleared, all I was doing was shoving the shoulder through.
It's turning it too.
Yeah.
To get it lined up.
See, not threaded on by hand.
You're just trying to line up two things at once, though.
I don't think there's any room to do that on this side, though.
Well, yeah. Does that? I mean, I could have done it out here.
Alrighty, boys and girls, we found a problem, and it's nothing that either one of us expected. It took a while. Off camera, we were trying to figure out, what happened. So it didn't make that much sense why that front pin was being so difficult. It went in fine, but it was the bolts. But those bolts on the front are smaller than the bolts in the kit for the shackles, okay? I'll see if I can find online a diagram of how it's set up. You got the front pin on the spring, you got the back pin on the spring, and then the top pin that goes in that bracket on the back of the frame under there. So it should be pretty easy. It should literally just go in, like it came apart, like take the bolts out and it falls apart. What happened? Well, I found out why, and it's nothing Chris did, it's nothing I did. You shouldn't have to double check your parts when you get them as far as the machine work done on a precision pin. It should have been done right by Ottoman, who made this kit. And let me show you. And yes, I'm angry, you can hear it in my voice. We gotta yank the bumper off now. So now it's time, material, money, whatever. We gotta get this truck done. We know how to solve the problem. We're gonna show you how we're gonna do it. And I'm sorry, Ottoman, you did a lousy job on my kits. So what we have here is a brand new kit that I got locally from local parts supplier. I'm not going to mention them, and no, it's not truck equipment, but truck equipment couldn't get me this kit, and I wish nobody could have, because he screwed it up. So this is the kit bushing. You can see that there's a place here to put an adjustable wrench to get the twist right. These pins I ordered separately from truck equipment. They have no, you see you got your grease fitting on this end, no fitting on the other, so you just got to remember which way you put them, right? But there's no way to grab them with a wrench. So these are separate from the kit. So now you know what the kit looks like. Here's the problem. Here's your aluminum block. You see your notch in your pin. Goes in there like so. Just put your kit together. Not in the truck, just put your kit together. Okay, let's try the other side. Just put your kit together. Don't even put it, grease it, nothing, put it on a truck, nothing. Just put it together. No good. Either side. Let's try this side of the aluminum rather than won't go. Truck equipment pin in the kit from Ottoman. Now the other way. Other side of the block. Other pin. The difference, take the sleeve off. The difference is when they made these notches, you can see them. Look at that. You see the very obvious difference. They didn't notch them deep enough. And because they didn't notch them deep enough, they appear to be a little wider too. The outsides are the same. Well, there is a difference in that. These pins are not made right. These pins are. Let's go over to the spring. So this is the other spring. Let's put our kit pin in the spring. So we already know this won't go together. Like at all. Wow, look how loose that is. So let's take this all back apart. Now let's change pins. There you are. And there's your difference. Ain't that something, huh? There is still a little bit of wobble side to side, but that'll come out once you tighten them up. They fit right tight that way. See? There's your issue. You'll never get them in. Hey Chris.
Yeah.
Go check this out.
We'll lay it on the cardboard. There we go.
Try to. Oh, grease my hand over this. Ow. Ow again. That one didn't go out. All right, your turn. Let me see that.
Why?
What pin did it a bolt? That bolt's shot anyway. Junk.
Shouldn't have done that.
In a million years, I never thought that the pins would be machined wrong.
No, I just thought it. Usually, the bolt will line the groove up as you push it in.
Right, that's why.
But
That's what I thought was happening.
I should have quit when I went too hard.
Don't worry, Chris. I'd have done the same thing.
Well, yeah, well, I didn't drive the back ones in at least. And the only reason these went together is because they're smaller bolts. Sorry about that.
Well, that one went better.
Not one out.
But now that's not going to corrode together.
Yeah.
So, because that's...
Yeah. It didn't have to come apart, but I feel better about it.
No.
Doing
Well,
it this way.
the thing is, too, it's like 10 years from now, who knows how long, for whatever reason, we got to take this back apart. When them bolts corrode in there, then you're really whomping on it with a hammer, or, God forbid, the torch. Just coming apart will be so much harder. So it's just like, no, we already know we're in that, in for penny, in for pound. What do you think about doing cab bushings now? He's looking at him. He's like,
I mean, I know you're gonna go on.
Have anything else to do
You're
today?
gonna take a break, and if you've got them, you know why you're gone. Maybe.
Well, I guess it's at least get the front end back in the truck before we take that apart.
But yeah, I'm not talking now. I'm talking.
No, but yeah, when we're in Tennessee, that'd be the time to do it. Yeah. That'd be the time. All right, I'll put the chair back. All right, so as we explained earlier, the pins were wrong. So here's what we did. I'm not gonna get into the part supplier. I will just simply say it's not truck equipment. The 2 pins that we ordered from truck equipment were the exact right pins. The kit, we ordered them. I brought them back to where I got them from, and I had to order them from them. Let's just say them. Yeah, them. So I ordered them from them, and they got them in. And again, they're not, and I explained it when I was on the phone. I said, listen, I'm not mad at you guys because you guys aren't exactly over there with a file making your own parts. You just order them from your suppliers, understood. However, you are my supplier, and you supplied me a kit that is useless. So I ordered 4 pins. I gave them the part number that truck equipment gave me for the 2 pins that work. I said, I need 4 more. This is the part number. Get them. Well, what did they do? They went and got their pins, their version of that part number. Not the exact part that I said I wanted. They gave me their version of that part number. Guess what? Those pins don't work either. They're closer, but they still don't work. The guy's looking across the counter at me. He's like, what do we do? I'm like, well, what do we do? How do we solve this problem? He's like, well, I'll get you these exact pins because I'll order them from the same place. And I'm looking at him like, you should have done that already. He's like, well, this is what we had at another store so we could get it quicker. But now we got to have the brown truck expedite it and bring it even faster. So that's today's Friday. You don't see Chris here, do you? We're stuck. Saturday, Sunday, obviously. Monday, late morning, my pin should be here. So Monday, late morning, we'll start putting this truck together. That's Monday prior to Thanksgiving. So why am I dropping this video now? Well, the reason is when stuff happens at the shop, I feel like that's better off to be done more in a timely manner. It breaks the monotony of the road videos we do with Orwell. That's why I do it that way. A lot of guys who complain, they're like, well, you know, your stuff is never in chronological order. Well, why is that? Well, if I had no content to drop while the truck was in the shop, what would I do? Right? So think about it. For the last week, we were watching road videos, but once the truck was in and taken apart, did you really want to see me pull the engine out of this Cadillac? Did you really want to see how we got it so it rolls without ruining the wheel bearings? Did you really want to see going up to storage and cleaning out the shop and getting rid of some equipment that was back here? Did anybody really want to see me clean out the storeroom? Did anybody ever really want to see, well, here's this picture of my 55 Cadillac. We're going to start playing with that a little bit here in time while this is down. You know, we're just going to have a little bit of fun with some stuff. Who really wants to see that? I mean, I get it. You might want to see something with the car a little bit here and there. You might want to see me do something with that 55 Caddy, but it's not a primary part of this channel. You guys love the trucks, so it's all about the trucks. We do try to show a little bit of the personal stuff and so on, what's going on there, you know, my razor and stuff. You know, we're going to go off-roading here with Sean here in a couple of weeks. Plan on going down to Tennessee with that, so that'd be badass. But I just don't think that everybody wants to see every little bit nook and cranny of what goes on around here. Yeah, so that's why we've been doing it that way. Last thing I want to touch base on is I made a pretty big mistake. I didn't think Orwell was going to hog up the shop like this. We're at work stoppage on this because I need this to get that lifted up enough to make a girder to hold it up so we can change the cross members under the landing legs. It's too cold to leave the door open. And with that unable to move, Elaine's PT pump, I literally just remembered to drop it off yesterday for rebuild. That can't be moved or done anything with. And with both doors jammed up, we can't get this car outside. What's left to do? We took the engine out, right? Ford frame's not here yet. And that's another thing that I screwed up with. We're going to get into that. But not today. So yeah, Friday, a work day. And the shop's empty. So yeah. Long story short today, well, Chris has the day off. I guess I have the day off, so I'll go home and edit video, and maybe I'll mess with the HO train set that I have a little bit today. Planning on, I guess it's kind of an early 3-day weekend before Thanksgiving week. I'm not complaining, it just is what it is. But it's not exactly convenient now, is it? You got to bear in mind, once Orwell's done, it's got to go for an alignment. And once the alignment's done here pretty soon, got to start looking at new drive tires. There's another big pile of money, right? So it is what it is, though. But we're getting it done. But I want to touch base on the fact that we've been working hard, and this is how we're solving the problem. So, till next time, we'll see you.